4 different head coaches, graduations of 1,000-point scores, and a jump to an entirely new division of collegiate athletics. For some programs, such events could span decades, but for the women's basketball team at Geneva, it has been the reality over the past 5 years. In 2007-2008, Geneva wrapped up its second consecutive 20-win season as the school began its transition from NAIA to President's Athletic Conference status. Last year was Lori Wynn's first year on the bench with the Golden Tornadoes and also marked Geneva's first season as a full-fledged member of the PAC.
I think anytime you're new, there's always a growing process, and there's always a time of everybody trying to figure everybody out. And so I think, although last year was really hard in some respects with our record and struggling, I think we took a lot of strides with kind of understanding where we're going and what it's going to take to get there.
Chelsea Durso is one of the veteran members of the Golden Tornadoes and has seen her share of head coaches make their way through Beaver Falls.
I actually came here for a summer camp, I think between my sophomore and junior year, and I think I just liked the campus, like that it wasn't too far from home. It was about an hour away, so it was a good distance. Just a lot of nice people, and Coach Galbraith was actually here at the time, so that was part of the reason too, just looking at the basketball program.
Chelsea's a great shooter. You know, she once her confidence gets going, she does really well off the dribble, and so I think that's going to give us a whole other dimension to our game. I think last year we lacked another scorer on the perimeter. It's
definitely been an adjustment over the years. I've had 2 coaches here, but coming in under Coach G, definitely an adjustment. I mean, coming out of high school and to college is an adjustment in itself, getting used to a new coach other than your high school one, and I think it hasn't been too bad, but it's definitely with different philosophies and things like that. It takes some getting used to.
She had some struggles last year and only ended up playing the first semester, and I think she's really grown from those and really learned, and she's really able to apply those lessons to life and really able to share some of those things with our underclassmen.
Durso's teammate, Chelsea Kaufman, was one of the top freshmen in the PAC 1 year ago, starting 21 of 25 games, and logging over 30 minutes a game, while averaging 6.5 points per contest.
The difficult thing for me last year was the fact of coming in as a freshman and having to be the point guard for the team. So I thought my biggest challenge was taking on that role and trying to lead everybody just because everybody was older than me. I guess the way that I contributed was I did score some points and helped contribute in that way. But obviously this year I'm looking to contribute in that way as well, but be more of a leader on the court.
Chelsea was thrown into a position where she had to do it, and she did it. She learned some great things. She really developed as a player, and was I completely comfortable? No, because we all would love to have upperclassmen play, but she had to do it, and she did a great job with it.
I would say that was very difficult, just because coming in as a freshman and having to lead seniors and juniors on your team, that was very intimidating to me. So I think that was the hardest challenge for me.
She played, a ton of minutes, and so we kind of probably have some higher expectations of her than we would from somebody who didn't play a lot.
Last year, a highlight for Geneva was a 1-point victory at Teal, one of just 2 conference wins for the Golden Tornadoes. In spite of the struggles a season ago, the team is using it as motivation for this season.
Everybody contributed really well, and I'd say that's when I saw the most chemistry in our team.
I mean, the fact that we only won a couple games, if nothing else, gives us motivation for this year to do better and strive for more. But I think, personally and as a team, I think that we went through some hardships last year, so I think we definitely have learned and grown from those. So I think that'll definitely help us for this year.
We definitely expect to get better. I feel like the group that we have is 100% bought into our philosophy and our system and really my vision for the program and where we're going. And so I expect us to get better. I expect us to compete hopefully a little bit better than what we did last year and keep growing.
For the second year in a row, the team has turned to a freshman for production. Heidi Mann, a 2-sport athlete from Colorado Springs, Colorado, has been a steady source of offense for the Geneva basketball team. This past fall, Mann led the soccer team with 18 goals in 19 games. So far this basketball season, she has led the team in scoring twice through 6 games.
Heidi Mann is really going to contribute. We're actually going to play her a lot in the point guard position and actually move Chelsea Kaufman to the shooting guard. Heidi is coming from soccer. She did a great job on our women's soccer team this year, and once she gets those basketball legs, we really think she's going to be a great contributor as a freshman.
I mean, I think just the people that they are, some of the underclassmen have just really stepped it up. I mean, the other two captains are both sophomores, so I think that just says a lot about them as people. And I think for anybody coming in, just push it and give it what you have. I mean, I think the people that can lead will, and to those who are kind of in the backlight, I mean, just keep pushing it.
I think that anytime your freshmen gain a lot of playing experience, it just makes them better. It makes that acclimation to college basketball quicker. A lot of freshmen play limited minutes, and they come in as sophomores, and they're kind of repeating the process. Well, she played, a ton of minutes, and so we kind of probably have some higher expectations of her than we would from somebody who didn't play a lot.
Now acclimated to life in the PAC and armed with a stable coaching situation, Geneva is poised to attack their challenges head-on this year.
I can't say enough about our team and how they've really bought into our philosophy. And, we always talk about the 5 core values we have of passion, humility, thankfulness, unity, and servant leadership. And they've bought into that, and that's allowed us to continue to build. And that's probably the lesson they learned, is that we've got to be together and we've got to be passionate about what we do, because there are going to be times when it's really difficult, and what's going to take us through those difficult times. I mean, last year was hard, but they kept practicing, they kept trying to get better, and that I think carries over. We always say if you want something you've never had, you've got to do something you've never done, and so they've really taken that to heart.
Coach Wynn's biggest thing I would think would be effort and attitude. I mean, those are things that you can control. You should be able to give 100% every single time, and staying positive, especially, I mean, last year we only had a couple wins, but being able to stay positive through that and keep pushing.
And I just think we have a lot better chemistry this year. I think we all work really well together, and I think our attitudes are a lot better this year, and we know the result of last year, so just coming out of that, I think that's helping us have a more positive attitude, and we want to get after it.
And the group that we have needs to be able to kind of teach and bring into the program those new kids. They need to teach them about our philosophy and what we're really all about, and not just the basketball aspect. As we get more talented players and as our returners, kind of bring them in, then we're going to continue to get better.
I think, as anybody else, I just want to go with a bang. I know that our team has potential this year, and I think we have a great group of girls. So I definitely want to have fun. I think that we're definitely growing as a team and getting closer together. So I think just a good experience, and hopefully some more wins than last year.